Ginagamit ko to dati. Promise, effective ito. Normalize using Oxford comma. So in the basic English, we're using appropriate punctuation marks in a sentence. Nasa grammar rules yan. So I'm introducing to you the Oxford comma. So it is used before the conjunction in a list of 3 or more items. Like for example, we have, my hobbies are reading books, watching animes, and writing stories in Wattpad. So kung mapapansin nyo, may comma siya before the word and, right? That's the Oxford comma. Technically kasi, yung Oxford comma, hindi siya required gamitin. But, I'm telling you, ang lakas ng appeal ng mga gumagamit yan. Pogi typings baka mo? Gamitin nyo na sa mga essays nyo.
How to improve your English. Now, let's talk about tenses. Tense refers to the time when an action or state occurs. There are 3 main tenses of the English language: the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. The present tense. The present tense is the form of the verb indicating an action occurred in the present time. It is also to state a present condition, fact, or general truth, and to tell habitual action. For example, the water is clear. Next, the past tense. This tense is used to refer to something that happened in the past. For example, the water was clear. And lastly, the future tense. Future tense expresses that the action will happen in the future. Use the word will before the base form of the verb. For example, the water will be clear.
That's all. Thank you.
How to improve your English. Now, let's talk about part of speech. Part of speech refers to the grammatical category that a word belongs to. It helps us understand the role that a word plays in a sentence. Here are some common part of speech. First, noun. Noun is a word that represents a person, place, thing, or idea. Example, cat, city, and love. Second, pronoun. Pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Example, he, she, and they. Third, verb. A verb is a word that describes an action, occurrence, or state of being. Example, run, eat, and sleep. Fourth, adjective. Adjective is a word that describes or modifies a noun. For example, beautiful, tall, and happy. Fifth, adverb. Adverb is a word that describes or modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. For example, quickly, very, and happily. Next is preposition. Preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun, pronoun, and another word in the sentence. Example, in, on, and at. Next is conjunction. Conjunction is a word that connects words, phrases, or clauses. For example, and, but, or. And lastly is the interjection. Interjection is a word or phrase that expresses strong emotion. For example, wow! Oh no! Hooray! Each part of speech serves a specific purpose in constructing sentences and conveying meaning. That's all. Thank you.
Hello! Today we're here to talk about the difference between its and its. These two words often cause confusion because they sound alike but have distinct meanings. Let's dive in and explore their usage. First, let's talk about its without an apostrophe. Its is a possessive pronoun used to indicate that something belongs to or is associated with a non-living thing or an animal. For example, in the sentence, the dog wagged its tail, the word its shows that the tail belongs to the dog. It signifies possession or association. Now let's move on to its with an apostrophe. Its is a contraction of it is or it has. It combines the pronoun it with the verb is or has. For instance, in the sentence, it's raining outside, the word it's is a contraction of it is. It tells us that the weather is rainy. Similarly, in the sentence, it's been a long day. It is a contraction of it has. It indicates that the day has been long. Remember, if you're unsure whether to use its or its, try expanding the contraction to it is or it has in your sentence. If the expanded form makes sense, then use its, otherwise use it to show possession. And that's a wrap for today's segment on the difference between its and its. We hope this clarification has helped you understand when and how to use these words correctly.
Could have, should have, would have. When to use them. All of these are used when we are talking about the past, and they are followed by the past participle form of the verb. Could have. It is used to express that something was possible in the past, but it did not actually occur. I stayed up late, but I decided to go to bed early. I had the option to stay up late, but I chose not to do it. Should have. It is used to express that something was expected or recommended in the past, but it did not happen or was not done. I should have called her yesterday, but I forgot. I had a responsibility or obligation to call her, but I didn't fulfill it. Would have. We use would have to talk about the unrealized or hypothetical past actions or events. It is used to express hypothetical or imagined outcome that did not happen in the past. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. I didn't study hard enough, so I didn't pass the exam. But if I had studied harder, I would have been successful. Hi guys, we are going to talk about the part of speech which is preposition. So what is preposition? A preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and another word in a sentence. It helps to indicate location, time, direction, manner, and other relationships. Prepositions are usually placed before a noun or pronoun and connect it to another word in a sentence. Here are some common prepositions. In, used to indicate location or inclusion. She is in the park. The book is in the bag. On, used to indicate location or surface contact. The cup is on the table. He is sitting on the chair. At, used to indicate a specific location or point in a time. I will meet you at the restaurant. She arrived at 8 p.m.
I'm going to explain the could have, would have, and should have. First is the could have. Could have is the construction form of could have. The meaning of could have is you had the ability to do something but you didn't do it. For example, she could have passed the test if he had studied more. This means that there is a possibility for her to pass the test if she had put more effort to study. Next one is would have. Means you had a plan or intention to do something but it didn't happen for some reason. For example, she would have gone to the concert if she had bought a ticket in advance, meaning that she had the intention or desire to attend to the concert, however, because she didn't purchase the ticket ahead of time, so she was unable to go. Last is the should have or should have. It is used to express a missed opportunity or regret about a past action or decision. It implies that something was expected or recommended to be done but it wasn't done. For example,
We should have booked our flights earlier. Now the prices are much higher. It means the speaker regret not booking their flight in advance. As a result of not doing so, the prices for the flights have increased. Has, have, and had. I am going to tackle on how to use them. These three is form of auxiliary verb and they are commonly used to indicate possession in English. Let's have first the has. Has is the present tense form of to have and it used and he, she, it, or other singular nouns. It indicates possession or ownership in the present. For example, he has a dog. It means he currently possesses a dog. Next one is have. Have is base form of the verb used in the present tense with subjects I, you, or plural nouns. It indicates possession and ownership in the present. For example, you have a gorgeous and unique face. The third one is had. It is the past tense form of to have, and it is used with all subject. It indicates possession and ownership in the past. For example, I had a great birthday party yesterday. It means I enjoy my birthday the day before.
Hi, this is a usual for subject, object, verb. Today's focus is on the majestic SOV structure. Subject, meet object, followed by the grand entrance of verb. The subject is the star of the show, the doer of the action. Object is the receiver of the action and the one affected by it. Now the verb is the action itself and the heartbeat of the sentence. Picture this. The cat, subject, catches, verb, the mouse, object. Cat catches the mouse. It's like a dance with the subject leading and the verb in the centers and the object gracefully following. And as we often find this order in language like Japanese or Turkish. So whether you're exploring a new language or simply fascinated by linguistic structures, remember the SOV. It's like the classic three-step dance of sentence. That's all. Thank you.
Hi, this is June. I know you are already familiar with the verb, but let me give to you some tutorial about verb. So now let's start. So what is verb? So the verb signals an action, an occurrence, or a state being. Whether mental, physical, mechanical, verb always express activity. So let us know more about three verbs. So first is the physical verbs. So physical verbs are an action verbs. They describe specific physical actions. If you can create motion with your body or use tool to complete an action, the word you use to describe it is most likely physical verb. So the first example is let's run to the corner at the bank. So what is the physical verb here? So the physical verb is run. The second example is I hear the train coming. So what is the physical verb here? Yes, you're correct. It's hear. The next is the mental verbs. Mental verbs meaning that are related to concepts such as discovering, understanding, thinking, or planning. In general, mental verb refers to cognitive state. For examples, I know the answers. So, the mental verb here is know. The next example is she recognized me from across the room. So, the mental verb here is recognize. So now you already know what verb is, what verb meaning is. So let's proceed to the action verbs. So action verbs are verbs that express action. intransitive and intransitive verb. So this means that some are used with a direct object. So the person or thing that receives an action of the subject, and others don't need a direct object. Some verbs can be both transitive and intransitive depending on their meaning. Now let's proceed to the transitive verb examples. So Joe will send the prize coat as soon as he can. So the transitive verb here is will send. The next is the intransitive verb examples. Many of the students are not well. They coughed throughout the lesson. So the intransitive verb here is coughed. So here are the list of some common transitive verbs. These are the following: bring, owe, send, contain, buy, take, among, lay, tell, etc. Next is the list of some common intransitive verbs. Those are come, cough, arrive, explode, swim, continue, die, enough, sit, etc.
Hope you like it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Simple sentence structure contains at least one complete verb. The verb must agree with the subject and show the tense of the sentence.
Simple sentence structure example. First one is Tom kicked the ball. The word Tom is a subject. The word kick is a verb. In the second example, Grace ate lunch. The word Grace is a subject. The ate is a verb. And the third example is Nick waited for the chip. The word Nick is a subject. The word waited is a verb. And the tense that we use is the present tense.
Compound sentence consists of two independent clauses joined together by a coordinating conjunctions linking word.
Compound sentence example. She was hungry. She buy food. The two sentence is the two independent clauses. So now we're going to add coordinating conjunction. She was hungry, so she buy food. The word so is a coordinating conjunction. The other example, I love my boyfriend, but sometimes I want to punch his face. The word but is the coordinating conjunction. Complex sentence contains an independent clause and dependent clause. The example of complex sentence, although my friend studied hard. This sentence is dependent clause. They failed the exam. This is independent clause. These two sentences does not make sense on its own. So we can join this together to form complex sentence. Although my friend studied hard, they failed the exam. Remember to add punctuation and the correct place when forming complex sentence. Compound complex sentence contains at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. The example of compound complex sentence: because I work hard, I got an A on the test and I was so happy. The sentence because I work hard does not make sense on its own. The sentence I got an A on the test, this sentence can stand alone. I was so happy. This sentence can stand alone too.
The two can join together by coordinating conjunction. These form compound complex. The coordinating words to that sentence is the but.
Word order. Subject, verb, object is a common order in English sentences. The first example is subject, verb, object, or SVO. She, subject, eats, verb, an apple, object. The second example, subject, object, verb, or SOV. She, subject, an apple, object, eats, verb. The last example is verb, subject, object, or VSO. Eats, verb, she, subject, an apple, object. These examples illustrate how the arrangement of subject, verb, and object within a sentence can vary while maintaining grammatical correctness in English. Part of speech, nouns, verbs, adjective, adverbs, preposition, etc. have specific rules in a sentence. The quick brown fox, adjective, champ, verb, over preposition, the lazy dog, adjective. In this sentence, adjective, quick, and lazy describe the fox and the dog respectively. Verb champ indicate the action performed by the subject fox. Preposition over shows the relationship between the action and the object dog. Agreement. Ensuring agreement between subject and verb, pronoun and antecedents, etc. Maintain sentence coherence. Incorrect. The dog is barking loudly. Correct. The dog are barking loudly. In the correct sentence, dog's plural subject is incorrectly paired when the singular verb is. The correct version match the plural subject dogs with the plural verb are for proper subject-verb agreement.